Thursday nights, hot best ball summer. You know what that means. It's randomizer time. We have a very special guest tonight. It is, of course, Neil Orfield. A lot of you know him from the DFS streets and now from the best ball streets. He is famously attempting to stream all 150 of his drafts. Some might say that record has already been done, just sloppy seconds. No, Neil is claiming to be the oldest person to ever do that. And you'll notice a strong theme with some of the prompts tonight. So with that being said, it's the randomizer draft with Neil Orfield.
Kyle Pitts, can you do something for me? Can you score a couple touchdowns for me?
Green was the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park.
We're going tight end in the early round.
What? Oh!
We have to resize.
Mom, okay, don't say anything weird.
Welcome to the randomizer. Pete, take it away.
All right, Neil Orfield. There was a clip was circulated on Twitter today. Someone had asked you about being on the randomizer. When was that clip from?
About 3 weeks ago.
Okay, 3 weeks ago, and you said that you wouldn't be a good guest for this show.
I did. Yeah, I had doubts. I was like, Pete has so many super entertaining people on, people who do like amazing impressions, people who are singing songs beautifully, and I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do great impressions. I don't sing. I'm not an entertainer. Like, you have a lot of like showmen on the show. But Pete, I was convinced by the people who were watching the show, by Tyler, that you don't necessarily need to be able to do all that stuff for it to still be a good show. I'm really looking forward to doing the show. Happy to be here.
I would say, if you had to power rank like the qualities of a good randomizer guest, like the number one thing is a strong personal brand. If you have lots of things associated with your personal brand, that is the number one. The number two, it is being up for anything. If you're willing to play along, I'm looking at you, Evan Silva, then that's going to go well. And then third would sure be, you can sing, you can dance, but Neil, you're going to be fine. You're perfect for this show. The best ball community has, welcomed you with open arms, because I initially knew you as the DFS guy. You're doing your showdown threads, you're doing USFL, you're doing all that, but you've joined us. You've bridged the divide.
Yeah. I mean, so part of that was I was, for reasons we won't get into, not supposed to do DFS content for a while this year. I can start doing DFS content now, but I'm going to wait till the NFL season. I'm going to be doing DFS content several places, but best ball was kind of an exception that was laid out for me, that I was able to do best ball content. And I've always loved best ball. I've been maxing out BBM. I actually only did 120 drafts last year, but I think I've maxed it out at least one or two previous years. I play a ton of best ball. I've always loved best ball, wanted to get into doing best ball content anyway. So that kind of made me start a little bit faster with the best ball content instead of starting to do DFS content on my own right away.
I love the idea of, I know what you're talking about, that you might have a non-compete and they thought that best ball was just so small and unimportant that of course Neil can do it. And now, of course, best ball holds the fantasy zeitgeist in the palm of its hand. So well played, Neil. For those of you guys who are new around here, I know a lot of you guys are randomizer regulars. This is the deal. I just dropped a link, or I should say Nick just dropped a link in the randomizer channel within the Discord. If you want to be in this draft with Neil, it is a private 12-person draft. This isn't a BBM. It's not a puppy. This is a private league. We get to do whatever we want in here. Underdog doesn't care. If you are YouTube members, I always give you guys first crack at that. If not, that doesn't feel, I can drop a link in here. We'll let a few additional people in. And then before every single one of our 18 picks, we're going to spin a wheel, prompts that you guys have written, submitted on Twitter, in the Discord from our randomizers writers room. Those will dictate what Neil has to do or accomplish before getting to make his desired pick in this league. Sometimes it'll work out. He'll get his favorite players. Sometimes it'll go south and he'll have to take Tim Tebow or Jalen Naylor or whoever. So what is your familiarity with the randomizer ecosystem, Neil?
I'm fairly familiar. I've watched a few episodes in full. I've watched, obviously a lot of clips of the randomizer. So I'm largely familiar with the randomizer. Seems like I don't really know what to expect, because it feels like it's pretty different for each guest. But I understand, though, like, you got to do it before your pick comes up. Otherwise, you have to take whoever they tell you to take.
Yes. And, it's interesting. People have, accuse me of getting soft on some of the punishments. People have been building, I would say, better than average teams. And I think there's two parts to it. Yes, I think I am a softie at heart. But number two, a lot of times, myself included, we write these elaborate prompts. We get really excited about the prompt, and then we actually forget to write like a good punishment to it. Right. So that it's like, oh yeah, just take whoever you want. So that's kind of why you've been left off the hook, or the guests have, so to speak.
Are you going to let me off the hook in the same way, or have people been a little bit better about actually giving the players we need to take the punishments?
Yeah, let me, scanning some of these, I'm seeing an Adam Thielen, I'm seeing an Aaron Rodgers, a Chicago running back, a Jalen Naylor. That was why that was at the top of my head. You get lots of Vikings ones in here. So baby. we shall see. There's definitely some landmines here for sure.
Okay.
All right.
I'm happy to. We're going to get through them 18 for 18, pick whoever we want anyway, so I'm not nervous about it.
We got 3 more spots left in this draft. I just dropped the link in the YouTube chat as well. This is a $3 draft. Big money at stake, $20 to first place. One of the fun subplots of these randomizer drafts are always to see the bits that some of the drafters do. I think Nez last week drafted just an all-out Pittsburgh and KC onslaught, like 14 players from that Week 17 game. Neil, how is your marathon streams going? Are you on pace? Are you feeling good about everything?
I am. I think I'm on pace. I'm over halfway, over 80 drafts in. I'd say it's going pretty well. I do have 2 vacations planned between now and the end of August, so I'm getting a little bit nervous about that. Might have to do a marathon stream or 2 to actually get it done. I do have some regrets about setting off on this adventure, because I feel like I could be doing better things with my time as far as my content goes than just live streaming constantly. But I'm enjoying it for the most part.
I do think the marathon streams are a cheat code. I mean, if you can make the time for it, you can bang a ton out. They're good for the algorithm to do longer streams, and then you can free up other days. You don't have to make multiple thumbnails. You don't have to do that full rigmarole over and over. So I think you should have a few days where you do. And now too, like if you get, I don't know if you've noticed this, there's definitely rooms where it goes slower, but if you get in rooms with a bunch of sickos right now, like you can bang out those BBM drafts in 30, 35 minutes. Oh yeah,
true.
Yeah. What would you ideally, you said, what best use of your time, what would you like to be doing instead here?
So one thing that I have learned is doing best ball content is very different from DFS content. Like I feel like I can do pretty like elite top level DFS content, but I watch other people doing best ball content, and like I acknowledge like they just know ball better than I do. Like they've been doing this for a decade and like know all of the different schemes and like how to talk about different football teams, how they're structured and stuff. And I'm like, I feel like I could spend my time a little bit better doing a little bit more research on that stuff, and then doing more. I'd like to produce my videos myself. So working on, production, self-production would be probably a better use of my time. But it's live and learn. Gotta jump into the ocean and learn on the way.
Yeah, you do learn. It's a lot of trial by fire there. But no, I think when it's all said and done, you'll be glad you did it, and then you'll be able to adjust your course accordingly. Even this year, like people kept asking me, am I going to do it? And I was like, oh, there's no way. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up with like 100 streamed BBM drafts. Just like, I do think it is like that extra 50 or so. That's what you're like, man, I squeeze these in, because it's not too hard now to stream a lot of drafts. But hey, we are off to the races here, Neil. We are ready to go. We got the 1-7, which is a really nice slot here. Gives us ample time between rounds. We got the first spin here, and we're going with a topical news event here. What DUI do? Neil shares his Minnesota wide receiver exposure and talks through how he will adjust to the Jordan Addison news if he refuses draft Brandon Powell or Jalen Naylor. First question, how much Jordan Addison did you have before this event?
A lot. I want to say like 12%. I'm pulling up right now. I didn't know this was coming, so I don't have my exposure. Let's see.
You got time. The draft hasn't even technically started yet.
Oh, gotcha. So I still have, I guess I only have 5% in post draft. I believe pre NFL draft contest, which I did over 200 drafts there. I had like 14% Jordan Addison in those drafts, and in Superflex, rookies and sophomores, all that kind of stuff. I have a ton of Jordan Addison. So I do have a good bit of Jordan Addison. I do have 11% Justin Jefferson in these post-draft contests, which I think feel good about that, having, above weight to the field on J-Jets here. How I'm going to adjust to the Jordan Addison news. I mean, I've been letting him slide a little bit. It's funny. I just got this question from my in real life friend about 20 minutes ago. I've been letting him slide. I'm not taking him until he's fallen like past pick 85 right now. I do think that might be a mistake. Like it sounds like he maybe even didn't even take a breathalyzer. So maybe I'm overreacting to the news to let him fall, but I'm just letting it, I don't want to take a 0 or like a player that's missing, 6 games. I don't want to take that risk right now. So I've been just taking JSN instead, taking one of the other receivers in that range.
Yeah, I always think it's always nice to just kind of like let the market do its thing too. It's like if everyone overreacts and he goes all the way to pick 100, you're like, I don't want to be grabbing him even at 80. So it's like, I say we kind of see how this pans out here. And he'll probably do the Rashee Rice thing, right? Where he like falls. And then everyone's like, you know what? He's probably a good value. And then he'll rise back up. All right, we're about to pick here in round 1. We got Emo Cowboy going to get his guy, Tom Brady, in the first round. Lo and behold, I mean,
we got to do it. I feel like we need to.
We have to. We have to. Right here, Justin Jefferson at the top. That's too easy there. Beautiful stuff there. Let's spin here as we head into the second round.
Love this 7 hole. This is perfect. Getting the 7 spot.
It is. It's nice. It's comfy. You get your favorite player, all of that good stuff. All right, here we go. The first old prompt here. AARP. Neil gives an ad read for a new partnership between Underdog and AARP, or drafts the oldest in the NFL player, Aaron Rodgers. So Underdog, they've been doing lots of partnerships lately, and now they have a new one with the AARP. What does this potential ad look like here for us, Neil?
Can you remind me what AARP actually stands for?
Oh, that is a great question here. I'm going to Google it for you because I don't know it off the top of my head either. Let's see. American Association of Retired Persons.
Okay.
Most people, it's just synonymous for old, but yes, retired persons is the correct nomenclature there.
All right. Should I write this out? Do you just want me to ad-lib it?
I think you ad-libbing. Yeah, let's not get in your head too much. It can be, conversational, improvisational. You got this.
Are you getting tired of young bucks ruining your drafts by going with all the rookies, all the wide receivers early? Let's get some more fellow old people into these drafts with us. Old people who are willing to take a stand and draft some running backs early, a little bit higher testosterone in the blood. Some fellow retired people. Thankfully, we have a partnership now. Underdog has teamed up with AARP to strengthen the waters, to raise the T levels in the waters, to draft some older guys, some players who are a little bit more established, players that you can count on. You're going to get your guys, Devontae Adams, rising in the ranks. You're going to get Jonathan Taylor in the first round. Let's stop the bullshit. Let's let the olds into the drafts.
I love it. And there is a part in the fine print down there. Senior citizens get 20% off all of their BBM entries. They're only $20 if you are retired there. So that's an incredible offer there. And I think smart by Underdog, right? Like you're trying to tap into all these new markets. Why not the AARP crowd?
In retrospect, I feel like your T levels actually drop as you age. So probably, some of that was a little bit not factual exactly, but we don't need factual here, right?
That's right. Yeah. I think that would be, honestly, I do think that would be a really fun campaign for Underdog to do. Obviously, it wouldn't be, done exactly like that. But if they really did, like, we're going to try to get your grandparents on the site, I think that would be an enjoyable campaign.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. We're about to pick in the second round. I always appreciate you guys in the draft taking your time when necessary. Otherwise, feel free to speed up your picks once we have accomplished the prompt. It's kind of just like if we need the time for a prompt, I like it. Otherwise, go ahead and get your picks going. Gibbs, Taylor, Olave, Adams, Debo. Are you one of the old people who felt compelled by that?
I'm an old guy. We got to go. I mean, I feel like the real old guy in me is like, take Jonathan Taylor, but I think we got to take Jahmyr Gibbs falling here.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs at 18. Pretty rare. I feel like in any of your BBM drafts, I'm guessing you don't have any Justin Jefferson paired with Jahmyr Gibbs.
That is true. I watched a stream in which it was a Davis stream in which Kevin Adams, Maddox Sportsite, managed to get Amon-Ra St. Brown with Jahmyr Gibbs in the draft, which is the first time I'd seen that.
Have you noticed, I feel just recently, like stuff has been shifting. Like I did a draft on Lulz today and I got Tank Dell in like the early mid fourth. And I was like, this hasn't happened for a long time.
People are getting bored. People are just like, I don't want to take the same exact team, the same exact players together all the time.
Yeah. I will take it. I also think there is kind of the influx coming in. The rookies are starting to slip a little bit more. It'll be fun here. We got another prompt as we enter the third round. A slow draft special. Neil must appeal on stream to Hope and Numi from Underdog for a rake-free soup bowl. For the audio listeners, this is spelled S-O-U-P, soup bowl contest with a minimum age requirement and flat payout structure, or draft a player older than 30. So you now have another piece of improvised copy here. It doesn't have to be a copy, though. You're on the phone, on a call, Numi and Hope, sell them on this idea.
Listen, Numi. We're about to have drinks tomorrow at Surly. So looking forward to having drinks with you tomorrow, Numi. But in the meantime, before I meet up with you, I want to know that you are going to put out a rake-free contest for us older people. I'm tired. We're all tired of these young guys in our drafts influencing the room, forcing us to, get ahead of the wide receiver avalanche. I just want to draft with people my age who want to draft running backs where running backs should go. I'm tired of this bullshit, and I'm tired of playing rake. You're already giving us back rake with the Gladiator program. Just add a little bit more onto the Gladiator program. Give us a contest where we get all of our rake back if we just enter a single entry into the contest. That's all I'm asking. I want a Soup Bowl contest. I want to draft with my people, the old people, and I want it now.
You know what? I wonder if these pleas are going to fall on deaf ears. I mean, Hope and Numi, they're these young guns out there. Maybe that's what we need to campaign for, Neil. Someone over the age of 40 on the Underdog drafts game to be the voice of the AARP crowd on Underdog.
Happy to be your guy. Also, I left Hope out of that completely. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hope, for leaving you out. I just had to remind Numi that we're having drinks tomorrow.
And yeah, are you, because you're how far away? You guys are all Minnesota locals?
I think he's on the opposite side of the cities, but our friend Dark Sheep, who also is a YouTube streamer, is coming into town from Wisconsin tomorrow. So he, messaged us and said, "Hey, do you guys want to meet up for drinks?" So looking forward. This will be the first time I've ever met Numi in person, and Dark Sheep for that matter. So it should be fun.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be able to make him this pitch over beers.
I'm going to,
in
sure.
person.
Old guy content. Old person.
All right, you started Gibbs, Jefferson. You're about to pick here at 3-7, Barkley, Devontae Smith, DK Metcalf, Kyron, Derrick Henry. What do you like doing here?
I'm a Devontae Smith guy. If we can get him.
Braden takes Barkley at 3-6. Devontae Smith here. Again, a nice little fall by him. Devontae down to a pick 31. Who is your most drafted player in BBM? Have you done an exposure check?
In BBM specifically, I have not recently. I guess I did at 75 drafts in. I think it's Rico Dowdle, which it's not even like a real target for me. Rico Dowdle. It's I think it's partially my bye week broness, where it's like, okay, we get to that point in the draft, and it's like between Rico Dowdle and Marshawn Lloyd, and I already have a week 10 bye running back or something like that happens, and I just end up going Rico Dowdle because I don't draft anybody with a week 7 bye by that point. I don't know why exactly. Not a huge stand I'm trying to take, but a stand I'm apparently taking.
All right. This prompt is called Pick Whoever You Want. In the voice of your former co-host, BlenderHD, make a nihilistic take on selecting whoever you want for this next pick. You said you don't do impressions. Well, guess what? Even if it's just content-wise, sell me on what Blender would tell you to do here heading into the 4th round.
I got to admit, it has been a minute since I've done any kind of show with Blender, or even watched a Blender show, because he's been doing so much more sports betting. So I gotta like rack my memory to try and do the best Blender impression.
I'll try to help. So the thing I did when I did my Blender impression is I put a bunch of cashews in my mouth. Just draft whatever you want. It doesn't even matter. You guys, all these best players, spin in your wheel. It's like Gilbert Gottfried with a lot of cashews in your mouth is how I get there.
I'm so fucking tired of people trying to tell me who I'm supposed to be taking. Just take whoever the fuck you want. It doesn't fucking matter. Just take the best player available or whoever you want to take. It's all about the structure. It's not about the player. It's about the structure.
You know what? I do really wish we could get Blender transitioning to being a best ball tout. That would be so fun to hear his takes like mapped onto all the stuff we talk about. I'm trying to think like, he would be a structure guy, right? Like he would not care about the player takes.
He'd 100% be a structure. Can you imagine Blender like getting into like the deep football knowledge stuff where it's like,
no.
I think in this scheme with Dave Canales as the coach, like, no, he's not doing any of that shit.
He would be miserable with that. I'm trying to think I bet he would like some of the extreme strategies. Like I bet he would love to do like hyper fragile teams, like extreme zero RBs. I bet he could I think he'd really like to push things like I get that elite QB. I'm not taking my second QB until the 18th round. I could see Blender enjoying that angle.
Stack is spot on. Blender vomit stacking would 100% be. He'd be taking all the vomit stacks.
Yes, that is a good call. Of course.
Yeah.
You're on the clock. Derrick Henry falls to 4-6. Pittman, Allen, Pickens, T. What do you like?
Hurts all day. Hurts is an auto click for me if I have either of AJ Brown or Devonta Smith in the fourth round.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, and I should say it's funny. I don't know. Hurts here gets you stacked up with Devonta. You were very excited about that. And here we go again. People say I'm getting soft. Neil's crushing these prompts. He has a Hurts Devonta stack with Jefferson and Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, this is looking pretty hot right now.
Yeah, I'm liking this team quite a bit. Yeah, this is I mean, if I could get this team in a best ball mania, I'd be stoked.
I am cracking up. This is how I know you're a real streamer, Neil, that you said that you're like, yeah, my most drafted player isn't even a target of mine.
It's true. Well, it is because I'm too much of a bye week bro. I'm realizing over time. It's like, I've always been pretty like, all right, well, I have that bye week. So I'm going to switch it up, go this bye week here. But then it's like, sometimes I am taking players that I like less than other players. But for me, it's like Rico Dowdle's in the same range as Marshawn Lloyd and Zach Charbonnet. So like often it'll be like, okay, well, I'll take Rico Dowdle and then hope that one of the two with the bye week 10 comes back to me. Just, I don't know. And I'm probably factoring in bye week a little bit too much is honestly what it comes down to.
What percentage of your stream drafts are you doing with guests versus solo?
90%, I'd say.
Solo?
90% with guests.
Oh, 90% with guests. And I assume that's what happened to me. Like that really smooths out your exposure.
And I'm kind of a smooth exposure bro anyway. I'll be less so once we start getting more and more camp news. I'm going to have stronger takes. But at this point in the year, oh God, memory game. Oh, okay. This is a fun multimedia one. Neil must match these BBM5 starts with the guess who helped Neil draft them correctly or take a pick past 3 rounds past ADP. So I'm going to pull something up here, Neil. And these are 3 guests you've had on the stream. Emo Cowboy in the chat. John Daigle here in Brick 75. One of them is slightly obscured here, but it's a Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith. There's a Breece Hall, Jalen Waddle, Stephon Diggs, a Bijan, Debo, and God, this is embarrassing. Who is that? Is that Jahmyr Gibbs? I don't even know who that is.
This is how bad I am with player names
here.
It
could be Jahmyr Gibbs is the third.
I don't even know who that is, but you're going to have someone tell me who is in the bottom right,
That's
guys.
Bizarre that neither of us knows who that is.
Who is that third? Neighbors. He's my most drafted player.
That's why.
One of my most drafted players, and I don't even know what he looks like. All right. Can you match these up with the guess?
All right, let me try. The answer is no, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to go with Emo would want to go Breece, Waddle, Diggs.
Incorrect.
Oh shit.
So
I already have it wrong.
Yeah. So, but now do Daigle. Do Daigle.
Daigle, Breece, Waddle, Diggs.
Wrong.
I just had better odds there. If I guess
you literally went 0 for 3. That beats Brick with Breece Hall, Waddle, Diggs. Go back to Emo. A or C for Emo?
Emo, Bijan.
Yes. Bijan, Debo, Neighbors, and then that leaves Daigle with Puka, Devonta, the double Devontaes there.
What if nobody fell to us 3 rounds after ADP?
It has nothing to do with falling. We're scrolling.
But he said 3 rounds past ADP.
take a pick 3 rounds past ADP. So we have to
So
go
that's a faller.
to
We need to get a faller. I know what the prompt means. I know what they mean. Okay, we can.
Yeah, you're not getting out of this. We got to go to the 80s here. Najee, Jake Ferguson, Jamison Williams, Zamir White, Jonathan Brooks, James Conner.
Let's go JMO. We're falling a little bit behind, I think. Oh, no, Ferguson.
Okay.
We got the correlation.
Okay, look at this, setting up the week 17 game stack here.
You got to in a 12-person draft without playoffs. You got to set up that week 17.
Yeah.
Stack.
I'm not even that embarrassed by it. I mean, there's so many players in the league where I'll see like an interview with them and I'm like, that's the first time I've ever seen what they look like.
Here's the thing. Do they have the picture on Underdog of Neighbors?
No, they don't. That's another.
Because you and I would have recognized him if they did. I think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't think I know what Tank Dell looks like. Yeah, this is my first time seeing Malik Neighbors. What does Tank Dell look like? Actually, no, I recognize Tank Dell's hair. Yeah. That was a great prompt here. Nice to know that you're remembering all of those drafts. Nor can you even, because all of those kind of line with their preferences, right? Like Devonta Adams, I'm like, that's Daigle with the olds at ETR.
Emo that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I was like, well, Tyler's not drafting Devonta Adams because Tyler just wants like the sexiest players all the time, and Devonta Adams is getting too old.
Man
of Steel.
All right, here we go. Man of Steel. Call Justin Steele, who makes the next pick if he answers. Otherwise, draft a Chicago running back. So Justin Steele, Major League Baseball pitcher that Neil knows, has had on the stream before and is now calling. Put it up to the mic.
He's on All-Star break, on vacation.
Been forwarded to an automated voice
Oh
messaging.
man,
Painful.
give us the backstory on how you know Justin Steele here.
So Fantasy Guru Drew is a friend of mine. I don't know if you know Fantasy Guru Drew.
Yeah.
But he like went on a run. Like I think it was during NBA season, went on like a crazy good DFS run. And Justin Steele is super into DFS. So he kept on seeing this guy, Fantasy Guru Drew, winning. And he was so impressed that he looked him up on Twitter and became like good friends. Like they talk daily, or they message each other, I think, daily. So they became pretty good friends through DFS. And then I asked Drew to come on to my podcast, and he was like, well, Justin Steele would come on probably if you asked him, like, would you want Justin Steele to come on if we wait for like a day that he's available? Because he's in baseball season right now. And I was like, yes, we should wait for Justin Steele to be available. So then one day, just like randomly, they in the morning were like, hey, could you do the podcast tonight? And I was like, all right, let's do the podcast tonight. And I've got to know him, since then a little bit better. Really nice guy. Like, he's calling me back. Can we do it now?
Okay. Yes. You have time.
Justin, you are on speakerphone. I am on a podcast right now. And my prompt was I needed to call you and ask you to make a pick for us. Can you do that? Can you make a best ball pick for me? Between who should we pick? Pete, Terry McLaurin, Anthony Richardson, DeAndre Swift. No, who should we ask, Pete? Terry McLaurin, Anthony Richardson,
Godwin, James Cook.
Sorry, yeah, Terry McLaurin, Chris Godwin, or James Cook. Terry McLaurin.
ADP,
Thank you,
bro,
thank you, Justin. You are a lifesaver. I am on the randomizer stream with Pete Overzet right now. If you want to check out why I called you right now, but that was you were my lifeline for that pick. So thank you for picking up or calling back.
Cool. I'll check it out.
All right, thanks, Justin. Bye.
Incredible. Called back to sneak in Terry McLaurin. Do you know, is he being a DFS guy? Is he doing any best ball stuff?
He is super into best ball. He only drafts on redacted though, as of right now at least. But yeah, he's super into it.
Well, also if I assume he does almost all of his DFS volume over on DraftKings, it's probably just like an easier thing if you got all your money over there for him to stay in those familiar waters.
So John Warner says, Neil bumped me for a steal. And I was like, great move, man. I want to be clear. I did not bump John for a steal, but John was scheduled for a show on Wednesday. And then on Monday, they were like, can you do the stream tonight? And I told him, I was like, just so you know, I'm going to announce that I have this show coming on. We can still do the show on Wednesday as well if you're down. but we don't have to. And he was like, no, I'm good. I don't have to, I was busy anyway. So yeah.
All right. Next prompt, the Tilt Mount Rushmore. This is a segment from your podcast playing for keeps here. Neil shares his Twitter Tilt Mount Rushmore or drafts a player from a bird team. Who is on this for you within the fantasy space?
Yeah, it's obviously Jesse is on there, downside of me. I would go with DK DFS is on there, of course. Jake Anderson, I think, makes the list. And I always forget his name, the guy who does the trash gifts. You know who I'm talking about, or the like trash pictures. Whenever he gets mad, post pictures of
I don't
trash.
think I do. These are all DFS guys too. Is there anyone from the fantasy space that you associate as tilting? I'm trying. There are people.
Kyle Dvorak has been doing some awesome tilts recently, so I'm gonna throw Kyle Dvorak on there.
Yes,
to get a best ball guy. So that's 4. I got 4.
I really like Kyle's are by far the most like heady types of tilts. He's like, it's always like the fish always get there, but he finds creative ways to say the fish always get there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So this is your team so far. You're going to get to pick whoever you want here at 7-7. You got Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, and you did lock up Jake Ferguson after that scroll down there. So we're going to get to do whatever we want.
I'm liking this team. I'm a huge fan of this team so far. We've only had one player that we had to take ahead of ADP, being Jake Ferguson. There's only 3 rounds ahead of ADP. Fits up nicely on the team. This is going really well for us.
And I mean, Steele saved you, man, because
really
that was going to be Khalil or DeAndre Swift is who you probably would have taken. But getting to go McLaurin there instead was a huge pull. Past ADP too. That was like a 50 pick ADP swing for you there.
Yeah, that was amazing. Justin Steele, man of the people. I think we go receiver again, probably. I like Deontay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, Deontay Johnson, come down. You're up to 4 wide receivers. You got your running back, your elite quarterback. Where are you on the Jake Ferguson? Is he in your elite tight end tier, or is he outside the elite tight end tier?
I'd say he's outside the elite tight end tier, but he is in that second tier that I still like drafting quite a bit.
Yeah. Do you will you take him uncorrelated, like outside of Philly, Dallas stuff?
Sometimes. Yeah. Not often, to be honest. Like I feel like usually if he's uncorrelated, I'll just go with, I'm usually looking for a running back there. So I don't draft a ton of uncorrelated Jake Ferguson, but here and there.
All right, let's spin here as we head into the 8th round. Neil Orfield on the randomizer. He's had to do some ad libs, AARP, call his MLB friend. Speaking of calling friends, this is called the Minnesota Twins. Neil calls another Minnesota-based fantasy analyst to help him make the next pick. Who's on Minnesota fantasy speed dial?
I don't think I have anybody. Here, wait. Do I know Jake Harvey's number?
What about Numi?
I don't think I have Numi's number.
How are you guys meeting up? How are you guys coordinating this?
Twitter. Man, I don't think I know. I don't know Thor's number. Who's in Minnesota? Can people throw out names of people that I might know?
Scott Fish is in Minnesota.
I don't know Scott.
Let's see.
Minnesota based.
I thought there was a grip of you guys up there. Holka's a Minnesota guy.
I don't know Holka.
Man.
I'm scrolling through my phone, seeing do I know anybody who's mean Bergman Whistles is a Vikings fan.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Whistles being on the randomizer would be incredible. I will allow that.
All right.
I do love that you're meeting up with Numi tomorrow and don't have his number. Wow.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic.
You're about to find out.
Lindquist is also a fan. Can I call Eric Lindquist?
Yes. Yeah. Right. I'm not here to say who or who doesn't live in Minnesota or who isn't a fantasy analyst. It's pretty ambiguous these days. It will be hilarious if a Major League Baseball player calls back to come on, but Whistles big times us without the callback.
Yeah.
Hi, you've reached Derek Lindquist.
Whistles just text me back. Whistles text me back.
Okay, you could tell him ask Whistles who you should take in the 8th round.
All right, I'm gonna try calling him back one more time now.
Okay. I love how Whistles texted you to say, call me back again.
No, he didn't. He just asked why I just feel like that'll be easier.
Yeah. Here we go. Ew, this is going to come down to the wire on the clock.
Oh, God.
Wow, this game of cat and mouse that Whistles is playing with you
right.
right now. See, this one, Whistles go woo. Do we have a Jelani Woods?
Oh, God.
I think I might have to give you a punishment for this one. I'm making you pick Jelani Woods for Whistles go Woods. I mean, are you telling me, can we just back this up real quick? You called him. He didn't answer. He texted you and said, what are you calling?
He's texting me back right now. Oh, he just said Aaron. So here's how it went. I said, I called, and then he said, hey, to what do I deserve the honor of your call? Just putting the kids to bed. I'll call back soon.
Oh, okay.
I actually missed the second message. So apparently he was putting his kids to bed. And I said, just texting him frantically, I'm on randomizer. You are my lifeline. Make a pick, which I thought to help me. I was trying to say more stuff than that, but I was just like frantically texting. Didn't make any damn sense. So I'm sure he's like, what is this guy asking me for? Like, we're not that close. We don't talk on the phone. It's like, why?
No.
What do you mean? He probably doesn't know what the randomizer is. So he's just like, Neil is on drugs. He's going to ask me for money. I don't know what he's thinking. And then I added, please, 30 seconds of your time. And then finally, Engram or Aaron Jones. And he responded, Aaron. But
I love Whistles doing this while at bath time. And also you like panic calling him twice. He's like, Neil Orfield's probably being held at gunpoint right now.
Exactly.
It needs to like wire someone money. Incredible. Thank you for putting your quasi friendship with Whistles on the line for that prompt. All right. Neil is crushing the randomizer here. Back in my day, as an 80-year-old man, Neil provides clues about a player in the current queue while describing how good the NFL used to be back in his day. Pete has 2 guesses to correctly name and draft the player. Otherwise, draft Aaron Rodgers, who is long gone off the board. We'll find another proxy here. All right, so I'm going to go to the queue. You're going to actually look at someone that you want. And you're going to explain to me why they were so good back in the day.
Why this player was so good back in there, or just talk about the NFL to get you to figure out who I'm talking about.
See, you're trying to give me clues about this player while describing how good, how good the NFL used to be back in the day. You got to feather those in. But yeah, you're giving me clues about this player in the old man voice.
Can you scroll down on our team so
Yes.
I can? No, on our team.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hurts, Gibbs, Jefferson, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, Jake Woods, and Jelani Whistle goes Woods.
You know who is a great rushing quarterback? The best of all time, in my opinion? Fran Tarkenton. Fran Tarkenton was the original rushing quarterback, and that is what I love. Okay, I'm going to have to change up who I'm talking about here.
Oh, man. See, that is one of the downfalls that go too early. Jaden Daniels gets sniped.
Concussions. Why are people so worried about concussions all of a sudden? Back in my day, you played through it. You didn't miss time because you got hit on the head a little bit. Who's worried about concussions? We don't need to be worried about our heads. You're a football player. Show a little grit, show a little toughness, play through that shit. Concussions are bullshit.
Okay, I don't want to say it quite yet. Did he just get taken? Yeah.
Fucking Tyler.
James Conner. You might want to scroll down a little bit. Your ADP bro is actually making this prompt harder for you.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Okay, we're on the clock, so you're safe now.
You know, You know what I don't like about the NFL these days? They don't let players bet anymore. Back in my day, you could bet all you wanted. You could bet on your team. You could bet on any other team you want to. These days, they're enforcing all these stupid rules. What's the fun in playing if you can't bet on it?
I think your selling point, we get Jamison Williams out of the doghouse, and it's also relevant. Did I just see it was Keishon Boutte? His gambling charges were dropped the other day as well. So maybe your case here is making the rounds.
Yeah.
All right, Neil. You are now through 9 rounds. You're halfway through the randomizer. Does that feel like time has flown, or do you feel like time has stood still?
Time has stood still for me. I mean, it's been so much fun. Wait, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah. No,
if it stood still, I guess that would mean it's more of a chore.
No, I'm enjoying myself. This has been fun.
No, you are crushing it. We're throwing a lot at you here, and you are navigating the wheel. Other than just a few mishaps, and it's more Whistle's fault than anything here.
It is Whistle's fault for having those kids.
Yeah, come on, Whistles. All right, hometown pride. Yeah, this is another multimedia prompt we got here from the team. Neil must identify 5 current Vikings players from headshot silhouettes that I'm about to pull up. For each one he gets wrong, he must find and wear a piece of Minnesota sports attire for the rest of the show. All right, I'm going to drop the first one in here for Neil to guess. Do you know who this is?
I should with the hoop earrings. Minnesota sports. So it's any Minnesota sports team.
These are all Vikings.
Oh, they're all Vikings. Oh,
yes.
Addison.
No. This is Ty Chandler.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it?
Okay. So that's one piece of memorabilia. Let's go to number 2 here. Who is number 2?
Man, I'm not as good as I thought it would be.
This one's hard. This is the hardest one too.
No, it's not.
Current
Dallas
Turner.
Dallas
it is
Turner.
Brandon Powell. Powell.
I wasn't going to get Brandon Powell.
All right, let's see if we get a layup here.
TJ Hawkinson.
Yes, we got one. All right, number 4. Who do we got here?
Is that? Wait.
It's not Malik Neighbors. Let the hair guide you.
Is it Justin Jefferson?
It is. Ding, ding, ding. All right, last one. See if you can go 3 for 5 here.
Man. Is this Josh Oliver?
No, it is JJ McCarthy.
Wait,
oh, what did I say, chat? I thought I said it was Ty Chandler. The first one was Ty Chandler. What did you say the first one was?
No, I said I forget who I guessed, but yeah, you did say Ty Chandler.
I said Ty Chandler. Yeah, sorry.
You did.
Yeah, 1 was Ty Chandler and 2 was Brandon Powell. But if they're wrong, then they're mixed up on my answer key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So sorry, that is the answer key said number 1 was Ty Chandler. My bad. All right, Neil,
all right.
I think you got to get 3 out of 5.
Does this count? Does this count as 1 or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What is it?
St. Paul Saints.
Okay. Yeah, we'll count that. You're already equipped with 1 here.
All right.
Let's see here. Okay. Yes, that's yeah. We just had them mixed up on our answer key. It's all good. Hawkinson, Jefferson. It's so funny because on my computer, it seems obvious just the way the shading is, but it must just be like how you're seeing it on a screen makes it look a lot harder than it is. I like these silhouette ones though. All right. Oh shit. We are on the clock. What's the punishment? Was it like Naylor? Oh no. I think he just got time. Oh, you just got
Shaheed.
So this is what you ended up. The punishment was you could still take whoever you wanted. You just got your 3rd tight end, David Njoku, but the punishment was having to wear the hats the rest of the show.
Oh, I didn't. So I could have gotten to choose whoever I wanted.
You could have. You were gone while you were on the clock there. So what do we end up having on? Show us the.
So I've still got my
wardrobe.
St. Paul Saints hat. I've got my Vikings hat as well, and then a Timberwolves
Okay.
shirt.
I like that, the Timberwolves baseball jersey. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. We are gonna go spin here. I like this. This is like the Spags' money hats there that you got going on.
It's a good look, I think.
Okay. Oh, Canada. Neil must take a picture of himself with a piece of hockey paraphernalia and tweet at roto_run, our friend John. Is this enough to start my path to citizenship or draft a Canadian player? Do you have any hockey paraphernalia?
Fuck no, I don't. I don't think
Let's
so.
see. A hockey puck, a hockey, no hockey sticks.
I might have like a hockey card in a box, like deep in one of my boxes in my closet. I could try to pull that out but I don't think it would be like a hockey card that is a if there are hockey cards in there's a baseball card set called I'm blanking on the name now. It's been so long since I've been a collector, but they might have hockey cards within them.
Hey, this is up to you. You either get to draft a Canadian player. I mean, this pick has Chuba Hubbard or Chase Claypool written all over it, or you can try to dig your way out of this Canadian prompt.
As a real American, I could just send him a picture of this and ask. My passport right here.
Do you have a Canadian stamp in that passport going to Canada?
I've never been to Canada. Shockingly,
What?
being in Minnesota, I've never been to Canada.
Who is? Yeah, I mean, you still got some time if you want to go for it, but you might also just want to draft a Canadian.
I could just draft. I mean, that might be it. Like, I don't think I have anything hockey related. I'm just looking through my desk drawers. Like,
see, Neil, this was actually a test, and it was to see how American you are, and not having a single thing associated with Canada immediately has you passing this test.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Hey, like I said, that is fine. The chat bringing up Josh Palmer is already gone. Let's see. So the Canadians, I remember from last episode, you got Chuba, you got Chase Claypool. Is there any others here that come to mind for you?
Canadians. I don't even know where people went to college. I can't tell you what their citizenship is.
All right, I'm gonna put Chuba, or do you want to hit him with the gritty with Chase Claypool?
Let's do. Let's hit him with the gritty. Let's hit him with the gritty.
Yeah, we can definitely hit him with the gritty here. Get you up to 6 wide
we
receivers.
only have one running back so far, so I'm changing my mind. Let's go.
No.
Hubbard.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Mind.
Yeah, you can. I think Chuba, like when you only have one running back through 11, I mean, getting that early season production from Chuba, I think is sharp.
Right. Yeah, we need to.
Nice pick there. Chuba Hubbard, come on down. Let me recap the team so far. Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chuba Hubbard, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, shout out Justin Steele, Deontay Johnson, Jamison Williams, Jake Ferguson, Jelani Wood, shout out Whistles Go Woo, David Njoku. So John would have really loved that engagement in his mentions tonight. You're just not going to give that to him.
I just don't know. I just don't know any hockey. I don't know any hockey. I don't have any hockey paraphernalia.
What games for DFS? What are your favorite sports? Like what are all the different sports you'll play? You don't do hockey DFS?
I am up lifetime in hockey DFS because I had one slate where I just like used projections, made a stacked lineup, and it did well enough. But no, I do not play hockey DFS. The sports that I'm good at for the most part are NFL and NBA. Like I'd say those are far and away my best sports. I played a lot of MLB. I've had some really good MLB seasons, but like basically, like I think I'm up like $1,000 lifetime in MLB after playing thousands and thousands of dollars. So yeah, definitely NFL and NBA are my best sports for DFS.
There you go. Maybe you'll have to learn puck. You'll have to learn puck one of these days here.
Yeah.
This prompt, I saw it and I just love the simplicity of this. In a pickle, Neil must successfully open a pickle jar without assistance or draft Blake jar. Do you have a pickle jar in your house?
I have. I saw this prompt, so I grabbed a pickle jar.
was gonna say.
I didn't get a new pickle jar, like an unopened pickle jar for this
Yeah.
prompt. Can I use my shirt, or does it have to be just my hand? Because that's my usual problem is my hand gets too sweaty and I can't.
Well, now that you said it, you absolutely hang on. Don't do it yet. Let me get this on the big screen.
All right.
The fact that you are already worried about not being able to use your shirt has me very excited about this.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's see this up here.
Old man strength.
Do you have bits about pickles? Like, is this completely out of left field?
No, I think it's an old man thing. I think it's like old men can't open jars, so he's not going to be able to. That is the one thing where I think I actually have gotten stronger as I've gotten older. Is opening jars has gotten so much easier for me than like when I was at my peak strength, like in my 20s, I had trouble opening jars, whereas now I generally open them pretty easily.
There's nothing that makes you feel more of a man than like it was like a couple weeks ago. My mother-in-law asked me to open a jar of marinara sauce, and just like the raw masculinity you feel opening a jar for a woman. It's a great feeling, guys. Highly recommend it. Or a can of pickles on the randomizer, jar of pickles. I think it has the same effect there.
It would have been better if it was an actually still sealed jar, whereas this one had already been opened. But I wasn't going to go buy a jar of pickles for this. It came up pretty easily. I gotta say.
Was that performance asking if you could use your shirt, or were you actually worried about not getting it with your bare hands?
Well, my hands are a little bit sweaty. It is super hot right now today. So like I'm a little bit sweaty right now. So I would like, yeah, my hands are sweaty. It's going to be tough to open a jar of pickles if I can't like get a little leverage with the
I love that you were pre-edging. It's incredible. Your guy Zeke Elliott just went sorry, Rico's your guy.
Rico's my guy.
Okay, Rico's still available. He is on the board here. Let's see. Do you want to check the bye weeks? 5 and 11. Rico bye 7 seems pretty nice. Anyone else you'd like here?
I mean, I'm a bye week bro. We've got the early season production in Chuba, so maybe we don't need Ford quite as much. I'd be happy to go with our guy Rico.
I think.
Or do we want Goddard? No, we already have 3 tight ends. Yeah, let's go Rico.
Yeah. No, we got to get. You have to boost that Rico exposure. I don't even think I got the number. What did you say the number was on Rico?
Bye week is 7.
No. Your percentage.
Oh, like 23%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think last year I topped out at like 21 or 22%. It was hard to get over that streaming with guests.
Yeah, it is. It's a different world streaming with guests all the time. I also think, like I said, like if I were drafting later on, like later in the summer, I'll take bigger stands later on once I hear all the rumblings and feel better about like why are people ignoring. Actually, Rico Dowdle was that guy for me last year. He was like 18th round pick that was not drafted all that often, and I was like, yeah, sounds like he's the RB2 on the Cowboys. Why do people not want this guy? So I was drafting him a ton last year too. So I hadn't even thought about that.
Incredible. There we get Rico coming down, playing the hits for Neil, spinning the wheel as we head into the 13th round. Shout out to everyone in the chat tonight, everyone drafting, Mrs. Jackson, Super Shorty, Gerardo DFS, Do Not Gamble, Emo Cowboy, Braden, Deke, Frankie. We got Matthew Wood, part of the writer's room here, Roto Run, and Jared. Remembrance of things past. Neil gives a eulogy for a Davis Square haunt he used to frequent while an English student at Tufts. I had to include this prompt because I didn't know you went to Tufts. I've spent lots of time in Davis Square myself. Or draft a player who is past his prime. I want to know what was one of your old haunts here, Davis Square.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the bar. Okay. Can I look up the name of the bar?
Yeah, go for it. No, yeah.
All right. Because we used to go, there was an 80s night.
Ooh. So this must have been back in what, like the 70s?
Back in the 70s, yeah. Back in the 70s, there was an 80s night in Davis Square. What is this bar called? The Burn. Is it the Burn?
Oh, the Burn, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great bar.
The Burn was a beautiful night back when it had 80s night. The Swinging Johnsons played every Thursday night at the Burn. The Swinging Johnsons would fill a crowd of college students. We would all just be jovial, drinking our drinks, dancing our dances, maybe sometimes a little hanky-panky afterwards. It was always a great night when we had the Swinging Johnsons leading the charge for us back at the Burn. Sadly, they were all about 65 at the time. They are no longer with us. So the Swinging Johnsons no longer give us 80s night at the Burn. Let's give a toast to the Burn, to 80s night, the Swinging Johnsons.
Yeah, Swinging Johnsons, all of you immature juveniles in the chat, don't do anything with that. I do have to circle back to this comment from Meatwad. Actually, let's make this pick and then we'll do it. Jahan Dotson, Xavier Leggett, Ricky Pearsall, Kendre, Cole Kmet, Ty Chandler, the Silhouette Man himself. What do you like here?
Scroll back up again.
Yeah,
if you would. Let's go Leggett.
Okay.
For Bindles. Leggett for Bindles.
Shout out Bindles. Hang on, I got to pull up this comment though. Meatwad says, Neil is such a bye week, bro, that when Pete asks what number his Rico Dowdle exposure is, he reflexively says it's bye week.
I feel seen. That's me in a nutshell right there. I've seen all the different bye weeks.
Yeah, I knew this. I knew the Swinging Johnsons was going to make instigate some of these comments. Tyler's jazz band name in college. Yeah,
John is mad that I said scroll back up when he wants me to scroll the F down.
Ooh, look at that, Neil. That nothing makes me happier when we have the guests on rocking the merch. We had a Nerdytenor drinking out of little wine glass the other day. We got you drinking out of the scroll the F down. You love to see it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I don't have my Lowe's hat on. It's around here somewhere.
I
got my ship chasing hat somewhere here. Yeah.
There we go. If you guys haven't subscribed to Neil's channel, make sure you guys give him a sub. I will include that in the show notes down below as he works his way to 150. Any other? Do you have a goal? Any other goal in mind, or is it just get these 150 streams done?
Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the NFL season, a little bit over 1,800 right now. So need about 200 more subscribers to the channel. That's the biggest goal. During NFL season, I'm going to be doing DFS content for a number of different places, but I have reserved some of them for my own stream. So I'm going to be doing some DFS content in the Flannelverse as well. Yeah, but yeah, the goal I would say is 2,000 subscribers by NFL season.
All right, I just dropped the link to the Flannelverse there in the chat. Make sure you guys are subscribed over there. Where are you? Are you doing your own thumbnails?
I am still doing my own thumbnails on Canva. Yeah, it's been fun. For the most part, I've just been like, here's my layout, and then I just like change out the pictures. It's super easy. But I've had fun with doing some of the playing for keeps thumbnails. I've gotten a little bit creative with some of those. Yeah,
you have had some good ones there.
Thank you.
All right, we got Jewish McCaffrey. Thank you for the super chat. He says, there once was an old man named Neil who opened a pickle jar for real. He's bizarrely obsessed with flannel. Now please go subscribe to his channel.
Appreciate that, Jewish McCaffrey.
There you go. Yeah, Tyler, I've been meaning to get the review of the exposure blanket. How is legitimately, how is the quality? She called you a merch gremlin, a merch merchant. Might be another way to say it there.
Linquist just called me back and then texted me and said, sorry, Mr. Call. So everybody, they just let me down. All these guys let me down, got back to me just a little bit too soon. All my Minnesota brethren.
Love to hear that the merch is delivering here. All right, I'm behind on this prompt. Sorry, we got.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're gonna cook on this one. We're gonna cook. Sim sorry. Oh, this is a good one. Neil must apologize to the chat for ruining DFS by sharing Nerdytenor's simulation process with the field on his high stakes show. Otherwise, draft a sim bro tight end. Yeah, apologize to all of us because we used to all like DFS, and then you had Nerdy on and it ruined it.
Yeah, sorry guys. I had assumed that he was kind of a fish, to be honest. Like I saw him winning these tournaments and I was like, this guy's probably not that good. So I was thinking I'd invite on this guy, and he was probably kind of dumb and he wasn't going to have all that much intelligent stuff to share. This guy Nerdytenor just struck me as a guy who was going to be a real dummy. So, that was my judgment error, inviting him on the show. I thought I was trying to soften the field. I thought he was going to give you really bad advice. Ownership doesn't matter. Just draft the highest owned players all the time. But no, that was not the case. He was apparently smarter than I thought he was going to be. And I ruined DFS. And you know, I'm not even going to point out that Blender had him on his channel first, that he was on Blender's theory of DFS. Like that's not for me to point out. I'm not going to point the finger at Blender or at Lols for having him on Lols. I'm going to take responsibility because that's the kind of guy I am. So I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for sharing Nerdytenor secrets with everybody.
Yes. I think everyone should blame Brick for first starting doing content and then empowering these other sim bros to go and do content. All right. Who do you want here? Do you want another running back? Jaleel McLaughlin, Vidal, Wright?
Huge Jaleel fan. Huge Jaleel fan.
All right, let's do it. Fourth running back. Come on down. It sounds like he's your horse in that Denver backfield.
I love them all. To be honest, I wouldn't say I have a horse. I take them all. Or at ADP, I usually don't go more than one Denver running back on a team, but I leave probably 60% of my drafts with at least one of the Denver. That's definitely not true. To quote Davis Maddock, I'm obviously lying a little bit because I don't have 20% of any of them. So that's definitely not true. But I try to get them.
Yeah, I mean what? Last year we had the Dolphins, the Saints, and the Bears that had all those trio backfields that are all cheap. I mean, it's hard not to. Yeah, I've been clicking estimate a lot more lately. I think I'm over 10%, not 10% on estimate. I don't think I'm there yet, but definitely over 10%, both McLaughlin and Javonte. It does feel like there's going to be a pretty big winner there.
That's Gretch's fault for me. So if things go south with Javonte, I'm blaming Gretch 100% because I was totally out. I was like, the way they're talking about this, I feel like it's really up in the air. And then he Javonte peeled me.
Yes. Made some good cases. Yeah. Sean gets me on him a decent bit. We already did this prompt. Let me respin.
I was going to say, why am I getting all these Canada prompts?
What do we got here? Beard Bros. Oh, this is going to be a trivia one.
Oh God.
Neil names the last 5 guests on his YouTube BBM5 streams that wear a beard or draft a bear. Can you go back and think about these bearded guys? I have the answers up here.
Man, this is how bad I am at picturing my guess. I'm like, okay, Steele has a beard. Steele was on the channel recently. As was Fantasy Guru Drew, he has a beard. Does Debro have a beard? I think Debro has a beard too.
You're correct. You got
those
3.
Three all have beards.
Those were the first 3.
Who else were my guests this week? No, neither of my guests this week have had beards. God, who are my recent guests before them?
I'll give you a clue. I'll say this next guest comes from July 10th.
July 10th.
So that would have been 8 days ago. So what would that have been? Last Wednesday?
All right. So that was before the Debro solo stream. Was it Brick?
It's not. It's not. Another guy whose name starts with a B, though.
Another guy whose name starts with a B. Brandon. Oh God. I'm gonna fail at this. I'm not gonna be able to do this. This is it's killing me.
And then the
Blake Sanders.
Is that I have Billy Jones on my answer sheet here.
Oh, that's a different person. So Billy Jones.
And one more. You are going to have to draft a bear, though. I think. Which bear do you?
Let's go, Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert. It's my guy.
All right, so we do get our bear. The other one, we'll see if you can guess it. Was from July 2nd. And this person has the same initials as Justin Jefferson.
Jake. Man, you'd think I'd be better at this.
He might have taken down a slow puppy draft for 6
John
figures.
Jackson. Okay, John Jackson. Yeah, that was okay.
There you go. There's your bearded group. That's a hard one, especially when you're having a ton of guests.
Yeah.
Right now.
Who are my most recent guests? At least I got 3 of them. I feel good about that. The one streamer had all 3.
All right, we're cruising here. 3 more rounds. We got a 1, 5, 6, 3 build. We already did this one. Forgot to remove a few of these. Let's spin again. Ooh, leg day. Neil must tweet at Rudman a photo, past or current, of himself running with the message, "This is what leg day looks like."
All right.
Or draft a thick running back. Do you have any photos of yourself running here?
Hang on. Did I get this on my computer?
Yeah. So for those of you guys who missed this, last week, John had to slide into Rudman's mentions and say, leg day. Ever heard of it? So this is a callback to
Okay.
that.
How much time do I have?
You got a little bit because we spun early here.
Okay.
You got 5 picks. If you guys want to bleed the clock on this one, feel free. While you're doing this, yes, TCD, which private chat or membership are you in? I'll tag me in the Discord and I'll get you the merch discount there for those YouTube members.
All right, I'm working on it. I'm getting close.
Okay. I'm going to go to your Twitter feed here.
Was this I guess I have ideas about who this might be from, but
yeah, I think Rudman did end up responding to John. He said something like, "It took me a while to figure out what this was from," and then he realized.
This is what leg day looks like?
Yes.
Is that what I'm saying? All right.
Get out of here, John. You have the special badge, bros. It's sent? All right, let's see this. Okay. I love this dude. Okay. This is what wait, that's you?
That's me.
Wow. What
Haven't
year
changed
is
a
this?
bit.
Is this the 60s?
This is 1965.
Wow. And you were a cross country, bro.
I was a cross country runner. I was also lifting 5 days a week for those early cross country days, running 80 miles a week. I was, I don't do. I've been getting back into jogging these days, but I'm probably never going to look like that again.
I mean, you look absolutely phenomenal here,
Thank
Neil.
you.
Like I'm getting hot under the collar looking at this photo. I mean, my God, Neil.
This is coming in my freshman year. So I posted a picture of me in a flannel from the before my freshman year started, of me in a flannel. This is the same day running before that pick.
This is what really sells it. The tan is so good
Thank
here.
you. Yeah.
Is this in Minnesota?
So this picture is in Massachusetts. So this is my first race at Tufts.
Wow.
But I had been running outside, all summer with my shirt off, of course. When you look like that, you run with your shirt off whenever you can. I no longer run with my shirt off these days.
Yeah, man. Guys, I think I don't think we're going to the back to the draft board. I think we're just going to look at this photo of Neil shirtless.
Appreciate you, recognizing.
I was so hypnotized that you just got auto drafted Tyler Algier.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. The new AD Mitchell, if you will here. All right. Sorry about that. Hey, it says or draft a thick running back. I think we kind of did both,
That's true.
You got a thick running back at ADP value in Tyler Algier. Okay. Man, I forgot to remove a couple of these. Let me get rid of this pickle one. I'm not going to make him do that again. We got 2 more picks here.
Super easy for me.
I mean, you had to use the fact that you went from that to asking if you could use your shirt to open a can of pickles, Neil.
That's fair. That's fair.
This prompt is called "I will not blame the refs." Neil must give an impression of an NFL referee announcing that a touchdown has been overturned in review. Pete will act as an NFL head coach protesting the reversal. Neil must guess who the NFL head coach is if unsuccessful draft a Viking 3+ rounds past ADP. All right. Neil must give an impression of an NFL referee announcing that a touchdown has been overturned. All right. So my team just scored a touchdown, Neil.
After review, the receiver did not follow through holding on to the ball. The touchdown is reversed. It is an incomplete pass. Third and 10. Bill Belichick.
You fucking kidding me?
Bill
What the
Belichick.
fuck? You fucking kidding me? The fuck, it was you crossed the plane. Fucking cross the plane.
It's Bill Belichick. That's my only guess.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I enlisted a prompt here.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick would famously wear a Deposit Kingdom lightweight hoodie.
Yeah. Big fan of the channel.
It's like 90 degrees in my basement right now. I cannot keep doing this.
Any reply from
So
from Rudman
you
yet?
I forget what the bit was. Are you get tilted at the referees a lot?
I don't. I wouldn't say that I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
right.
know. Is there?
That's
is that
what
bit
someone who
related
does
to me?
get tilted would say, that they don't actually get tilted at the
Yeah.
refs. So I'm
No, I only get mad when they're wrong, Pete. It's not my fault that they're wrong a lot.
What is your football consumption diet? Do you are you red zone? Do you watch the all 22? Where are you at?
I like watching full games, so yeah, I'll watch all of the island games. Usually I'm watching the Vikings. Like if the Vikings are on, I'll watch the Vikings instead of Red Zone. I watch some of like Red Zone, or I forget what the other. There's another similar to Red Zone channel on my Roku that I'll just turn on.
Wait, similar to Red Zone? What is that?
Or like another channel that shows like just like the highlights that'll just show like doesn't stick to one game. It's like shows just what is happening right now, and I forget what it's called, but I see it on my Roku. I click it sometimes, but I prefer to watch full games. So like if the Vikings are on, I'm just gonna watch the Vikings typically, but
yeah,
I watch some Red Zone.
I'm just fascinated by what this other highlight site is. I've never heard of this.
Maybe somebody in chat will know what I'm talking. I turn on my Roku and I see and I look at what is NFL.
It's not the other Red Zone channel, right? There's the hand.
I don't think so.
All right, yeah, because there's two Red Zones. There's DirecTV and then the NFL Network version.
It's on Roku. I don't know if that helps. I feel like I'm being the old guy right now, who doesn't know. Like, I click it. I search for NFL. I see what's available. But usually I prefer to watch full games.
All right. You got one quarterback here as we head into the 17th round pick. You just got Jalen Hurts, Gibbs, Chuba, Rico, Jaleel McLaughlin, Khalil Herbert, Algier, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Smith, McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, Jameson Williams, Leggett.
Is Bryce gone? Oh no,
Bryce is here.
We've got the double stack.
Wow, look at this. Pulling. Oh, okay. I thought he almost got sniped there. All right. The Bryce Young double stack. That feels good, man. That feels real good for a randomizer team. All right. Final prompt here. Neil Orfield from the Flannelverse, the oldest man to ever stream all 150. The final prompt: record perks. Call a Sizzler and ask if they'll honor their senior citizens discount for the future world's oldest person to stream all 150 drafts. Otherwise, draft Adam Thielen. Do you have a Minnesota Sizzler here?
I don't believe we have Sizzlers in Minnesota. Are you finding a number for me?
Yeah, I am. Let's see here. Wow, none in Minnesota here. Look at that. You're right. They're all on the West Coast. Let's find the closest one to you. Maybe one in Idaho.
I feel like I think of Sizzler, like I only know the name through like memes.
Yeah. Well, let's just call this one that popped up in Lake Forest, California.
All right.
All right. I got the number here. You got it? 949-768-7340. What I'd like you to ask is what age is their senior citizens discount? And then would they make an exception for the oldest person to ever stream all 150 of their drafts?
Okay.
Come on, Sizzler. You might have to call a different Sizzler.
Hi, I'm wondering what the minimum age is to get your senior citizen discount. Would you make an exception for the oldest person to stream all 150 Best Ball Mania drafts on Underdog? Would you make an exception for the oldest person to ever stream 150 Best Ball Mania drafts on Underdog?
No.
What if I said please?
Well, no, we just do this count as 16 up.
Okay.
What was you planning to come in or?
No, not with that attitude. I'm sorry. I'm going to find another Sizzler.
So I was only able to hear some of it. What did they say the age was?
I think 62 and up.
62 and up, and he said he would not make an exception.
He would not make an exception for me.
That's incredible. Did he show any inclination of curiosity about what it meant to be the oldest person to ever stream?
He seemed very confused. He was definitely confused.
We now have one of the other great moments on, I think I once had to call an Olive Garden on the randomizer as Davis Maddock. And now we have called a Sizzler. This was the best line, not with that attitude. Hit a Sizzler. Not with that attitude. That's Neil's new slogan here. My goodness.
I mean, he said no, and then he asked if I was coming in. Like, come on. What am I going to say to that?
It would have been really funny if you're like, the commute from Minnesota, I will definitely drive there just to figure out if you will give me God damn it, John, taking Jordan Whittington. Now that's a bit. All right. Final pick. You get to pick whoever you want. You got a 2-6-6-3 build. What position do you want to shore up here?
Probably running back.
6 running backs? I mean, this running back room looks great to me.
That is a pretty good running. All right.
It is your team. I think you probably want another wide receiver.
We need another. Looking at, we got Xavier Legette and Jamison Williams as our, we need another wide receiver, I think.
You got to scroll the F down guy.
I like Luke McCaffrey. I mean, Luke McCaffrey falling here feels pretty good. But we should scroll the F down. I got the glass. Let's go Ryan Flournoy.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh no, someone already took him.
Jalen Brooks. Can we do the other one?
John had just taken him. Jalen Brooks, someone took him.
All right, let's fuck it. Let's just go Boyd or Luke McCaffrey. Yeah. McCaffrey.
Holy cow. This is how you know you're in a randomizer draft when your 2 scroll the F down candidates are already off the board.
What do you guys? Come on. Couldn't let me have Flournoy.
Incredible. All right. Here's the team. 2 quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts and Bryce Young. We got 6 running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chuba Hubbard, the pride of Canada, Rico Dowdle, literally just because he has the bye week of 7, Jaleel McLaughlin, Khalil Herbert, and Tyler Algier. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, got him from the silhouette there. Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, shout out Justin Steele, Deontay Johnson, Jamison Williams, Xavier Legette for that double stack baby, Luke McCaffrey, and then we got our 3 tight ends, Jake Ferguson, David Njoku, and Jelani Whistles Go Woods there. How do you feel about this squad?
Really good. I feel like this is the winner. I've seen, Tyler taking Tom Brady in the first round. That was helpful for the cause. I think is this a winner take all league?
It's a very smooth payout structure. It's not $20 to first, $9 to second, and $3 to third. And
I wish it was winner take all because I feel like we got it on lock, but whatever.
I will definitely Venmo you your share of any winnings here for your time.
Thank you.
People obviously need to subscribe to the Neil Orfield YouTube channel. Are you still kind of just firing streams whenever? Or have you settled into a cadence?
Almost all my streams are either at 3 Eastern or 9 Eastern. But yeah, it's not super scheduled. Like Tuesdays I have softball, so I'm never streaming Tuesday nights. Next week I definitely have I have 2 streams on Monday. I've got an afternoon college football stream.
Oh, nice.
With Josh Chevalier, and then I have an evening best ball stream planned as well with Andrew. I've got I'll be streaming next week several days, I think. But yeah, it's not super consistent.
Awesome. Everyone check out Neil. Are you servicing the audio listeners at all?
I have not been with that. I've been servicing the audio listeners with Playing for Keeps, which Pete was on, one of my first guests. So just the podcast for that. I actually had somebody ask for that early on. Maybe I should be servicing the audio listeners, because why not? It's pretty easy, but I have not been uploading it to the pod.
Yes. It's I think the audio listeners need to be serviced. You know what? I let you do it on a little bit of a delay, make the people come to YouTube first. But then, for us, stragglers, it's nice to have a little YouTube or audio option there.
Yeah. All right.
There it is. Guys, appreciate you hanging out in the chat. Thanks again, as always, for drafting with us, sending in prompts, trolling, all of that good stuff. Shout out to the randomizer production team, Nick and Matthew and Lou and all of that crew helping out with the prompts. Always a blast getting ready for these shows. As I've mentioned in a few spots today, we are having a special one-off stream tomorrow, the world's fastest slow draft. We are going to break our own record from last year. We got a similar crew, a couple newbies there, and we are going to smash our record of 9 minutes and 24 seconds. Can't wait for that. And otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend. I'll also have Best Ball After Dark on Friday. Michael Chang, data scientist, did some really cool work on the weekly winners data from last year. So he's going to go through that with me, and then we'll draft a weekly winners team. But otherwise, we'll catch you around these parts. If you guys would like to be in the draft next week, you can become a YouTube member, hop in the randomizer channel. The memberships are nested. So if you get the Best Ball Value Hounds, that gets you access to the Best Ball After Dark shows. We'll get you access to the Best Ball Breakfast channel, where you get pings when I enter Best Ball Mania drafts on stream. And then you get the randomizer perks included in that, because it's all nested underneath that. But Neil, thank you again. This was a blast, man.
Thank you.
We will see you guys next time on the randomizer.